Remember when you first made your YouTube channel and you said that this wasn't a Miraculous Ladybug channel?
Yes, I remember that.
And remember how you said it would never ever be a Miraculous Ladybug channel?
Yes, Bell, I remember.
And remember that one time you said you'd stop making Miraculous Ladybug videos, but then you never did?
Yes, Bell, I remember.
Isn't it funny how over half of your videos are Miraculous Ladybug? Are you sure this isn't a Miraculous Ladybug channel?
Hey, Bell.
Yes?
I know what we're gonna do today.
Talk about Miraculous Ladybug.
That's right, talk about Phineas and Ferb. Hello everyone, my name's Aloubell, and I know the title makes it seem like I don't like Phineas and Ferb, but it's quite the opposite. I enjoyed the show for a good chunk of its run. It has fun characters, fun running gags, great songs, and a lot of imagination and heart. It truly embodies the wonder and fun of being a kid enjoying the summer while simultaneously being a wish fulfillment story. What kid wouldn't want a backyard beach, be a pop star, ride on a magic carpet, create a cartoon, create an insane course of mini golf, travel through time, make an official movie, create robots, and so on and so forth?
But Aloe, not every kid wants every single one of those things.
Okay, fine, that's fair, but across all of the Phineas and Ferb episodes, I'm sure viewers could relate to wanting, when they were a kid, to try at least 5 of the things they've done.
Yeah, fair enough.
The point I'm trying to make is that Phineas and Ferb was a fun show and I won't take that away from it. Sure, I personally got bored of it about halfway through season 3 due to how repetitious it was, so I didn't watch 100% of the whole show, but I did make sure to watch Act Your Age just to truly end the show on a good note. We'll talk about that later. So, if I have all of the good things to say about this show, why the negative statement in the title? Well, stick around and you'll find out. But first, for those who don't know, Phineas and Ferb was a Disney Channel cartoon that ran from the summer of 2007 to the summer of 2015. We'll get into the general gist of the show later, but for now, let's cut to the chase. The theme song of Phineas and Ferb says that there are supposed to be 104 days of summer vacation, which I call shenanigans on. I wish my summer vacations as a kid were 104 days. That's like 3 months and 14 or so days, which is absolutely amazing. Anyway, back to Phineas and Ferb. 104 days, and yet there are 222 segments of the show, most of which depict a different day of summer, along with 2 movies, which also take place during the summer. Even if you don't count the Christmas episode, the episode where they're adults, the episode that are 2-parters, and the non-canon episodes where the characters play characters other than themselves, then you still have well over 104 episodes.
But Aloe, is it really fair to rant about a technicality such as a song lyric and how it applies to the show?
Probably not. But I'm gonna do it anyway. The show's official last episode is about the 104th day of summer and how the characters spend it. This is a really cute idea. Except it's not actually the 104th day of summer. This episode is lying to us. Why did you lie to me, Phineas and Ferb? I trusted you.
But Aloe, how do you know that all of Phineas and Ferb took place during one summer?
Because it does.
But what if...
It just does.
Okay, but...
It does. Look, you never really get the impression that this spans across different summers. The implication is that it is all one summer. But if you want to believe that it takes place over the course of 2 or more summers, go for it. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the intention of the writers, but go for it. I personally believe it's only one summer. And so, check it out, gang. Looks like we have a missed opportunity on our hands. Now, let me address the pink elephant in the room, the title of this video. How was Phineas and Ferb being greedy? Think about it. 222 segments and 2 movies, but summer is only 104 days. Methinks we have way more episodes than was necessary. And sure, I get it. If a show is successful, it's tempting to make it keep going, get more views, get more money, etc. And if you honestly don't care about the money so much and you legitimately just have more stories to tell without things getting stale, then that's cool too. But I can respect shows that know when is a good time to stop and legitimately stops when they have no more story to tell. Or shows that know when to stop before the show hits seasonal rot and drops in quality. Ending a show in its prime and after all loose ends are dealt with is the best way to do it. Don't artificially expand the story past its natural lifespan. It's generally a very bad idea. And for reference, here are shows that knew when to end, and here are shows that don't/didn't know when to end and might never end. I mentioned earlier that I eventually grew bored of Phineas and Ferb, and that was somewhere in the 3rd season. The show has a formula that gets repeated in nearly every episode, and while there are some episodes that break the formula and some episodes that spin the formula in a unique way and even make fun of the formula, the vast majority of the episodes follow this formula. This is probably the most times I've said the word formula in my life, and now it sounds weird. Meh. Anyway, this is how episodes typically go. Phineas, Ferb, and maybe some of their friends are doing a mundane thing. Someone makes a comment about how their mundane thing could be cooler or about some other cool thing. Phineas says to Ferb, "I know what we're gonna do today." He then looks around and says, "Where's Perry?" Meanwhile, Phineas and Ferb's pet platypus Perry sneaks off to do secret agent stuff as Agent P. Agent P gets debriefed about something his nemesis Dr. Doofenshmirtz is doing. He then goes off to locate him. Phineas and Ferb's sister Candace notices that the boys are doing something potentially dangerous or reckless and resolves to bust them. If Isabella isn't already with them, she'll show up and ask Phineas, "What you doing?" He'll tell her, she'll help, and she may or may not enlist her fellow Fireside girls to help. Meanwhile, Candace is still trying to get her mom to check out what Phineas and Ferb are doing. Phineas gets some materials and an adult asks, "Aren't you a little young to be doing this?" And Phineas will answer, yes I am. While this is happening, Agent P locates Dr. D, and Dr. D traps Agent P while he monologues about a recent innator that he built that will help him take over the tri-state area. Phineas and Ferb should be finished with their plans right about now and are having fun with their friends while a fun song is playing in the background. Candace has her mom now and is dragging her mom back to the boys. Agent P escapes and is fighting Dr. D, and Dr. D's innator gets activated, which may or may not go in Dr. D's favor for a minute or two before things go horribly wrong as Agent P defeats him. This defeat causes some shenanigans to happen where the results end up taking away Phineas and Ferb's fun thing right when Candace has brought her mom to their location. Their mom gives Candace a funny look as if she's crazy, and their mom offers everyone some food or something mundane but fun. Candace feels like a fool. Agent P comes back and pretends to be a normal platypus, and then someone says, "Oh, there you are, Perry." And then the episode ends with a final gag of some sort in the closing credits. Did I miss anything?
Well, actually, there are some episodes that go against the formula.
I already mentioned that.
Oh, sorry. Please continue.
Thank you. But before I do indeed continue, if you're enjoying this video, then make this a fun summer day by hitting the like button and subscribe for more reviews, rants, and rewrites. And if you're still watching, put a sun emoji in the comments. Thank you! So yes, while the formula gets twisted from time to time, and yes, the show has continuity and thus there is some progression in the very loose story, the main meat of the episodes stay mostly the same. One of my pet peeves is repetition, so I could only handle Phineas and Ferb for so long. Like I said before, I made it through at least half of season 3, and there are 4 full seasons, but it became annoying that I could almost always predict how things were going to go.
But Aloe, don't you know it's more about the journey than it is the destination?
Sure, I guess, but I still don't like repetition. But don't misunderstand me. I never thought the show dipped in quality. I just felt like I received all the show had to offer. For all I know, the other 100 episodes that I didn't see could all be top-notch. After all, the writing in the show was really clever and overall well done. Heck, I'm sure that some of your favorite episodes were in seasons 3 or 4, which is great. I just don't think the show needed to be 222 episodes. It's not like the show had some big story and overarching plot that needed the full 222 episodes to tell it. I mean, yes, there were some plot points that got developed across multiple episodes, but none of these plots required the full 222 episodes. If the writers/creators wanted to be really clever, they would have made the show a total of 102 episodes plus 2 movies to match the 104 days of summer. The Christmas episode is its own thing, and Actor Age would be the perfect epilogue. Personally, I would have made the episode Summer Belongs to You the 104th day of summer and the final episode before Actor Age, given the content in the episode itself. During Summer Belongs to You, a few major events and character moments happen that were building up throughout the series up till that point. Phineas finally gets discouraged, which we never see, and Isabella has to build him back up. Candace and Jeremy officially become boyfriend and girlfriend, and they finally kiss. And most importantly, Candace learns to believe in her brothers, trust in them, and to actually value summer and the fun you're supposed to have during it, not get hung up trying to bust her brothers. And yes, that is the most important, as part of me really considers Candace to be the main character of Phineas and Ferb. She's the most dynamic character and gets the most development of everyone. Candace almost entirely misses the point of summer as she obsesses over her brothers instead of enjoying herself. She essentially wastes her whole summer trying to get them in trouble for being irresponsible. Yeah, she does get to do some fun stuff, but her obsession kind of trumps a lot of that. She's 16 years old and is trying to be more mature than she actually is. Although at some point, it becomes less about doing the responsible thing and more about being validated by her mother and proven right. So many times, Candace almost allows herself to have fun, but it always comes back around to busting Phineas and Ferb. Imagine how much fun she'd have if she just joined in with them. Heck, she even admitted once that what they're doing is cool, but she still wants to bust them. Her obsession has not only interfered with her own enjoyment, but also almost ruined the friendship between her and her best friend Stacy. So to hear her say in the final song of Summer Belongs to You, that though I've often thought of you as just a nuisance and a bother, today I can't imagine having better little brothers. And you gotta believe in something, so today I believed in you. And you came through, we made it, I've never been so proud. I know at first it seemed implausible, but we accomplished the impossible. Now there's something that I've got to say out loud. Time is what you make of it, so take a chance. Life is full of music, so you ought to dance. The world's a stage and it's time for your debut. Don't waste a minute sitting on that chair. The world is calling to you, just get out there. You can see forever, so your dreams are all in view. You can even hear Phineas in the song validating what she's saying and being proud that she finally understands what summer is all about. There's even a montage at the end of the song of some of the fun things they all did throughout the show up until that point. So, to go and have more episodes after that, having Candace go back to obsessing about busting her brothers, and even adding more artificial days of summer, seems so disingenuous. Sure, Candace learns similar lessons a couple more times after this, but I don't know, this felt like the best conclusion for her. I love the Summer Belongs to You song because it really feels like the perfect send-off to Phineas and Ferb. Not the characters. Well, the characters too, but, But every time I listen to it, I get sad and disappointed at the end of the song because I know that it wasn't actually the end like it should have been. I've heard it said by several people that Summer Belongs to You was supposed to be the final episode of the show. I don't know how true that is, but boy, I wish it actually turned out like that. Sure, they could have saved that episode for the 221st episode, because Actor Age still should be the last episode at 222, but I still think it would have been better to make the show just 102 episodes plus 2 movies and Actor Age as an epilogue.
But Aloe, it wouldn't make sense for Summer Belongs to You to be the final episode. It takes place during the longest day of the year, and that doesn't happen during the last day of summer break.
Okay, sure, I get that, but this is Phineas and Ferb. I'm sure they could have made the plot work somehow, with or without the longest day of the year motivator. Phineas could have still made the bet with Buford regardless. Sure, he would have had less time to make it around the world, but it's a cartoon. The animators/writers could make the day last as long as they wanted. They aren't actually operating under a real-world day's time. So yeah, it would have been fine. Interestingly, if you look at all of the episodes of Phineas and Ferb in order, Summer Belongs to You is the 101st episode of the show and aired during the 2nd season. It's so close to the 104 episode mark. It's like they almost stuck the landing and decided to not go through with it, which is frustrating. And funny enough, the 3rd season would start only several episodes later, which is when I started to feel the repetition of the show weigh down on me. So yes, had the show just been 104 episodes, it would have felt perfect and wouldn't have overstayed its welcome. As for Actor Age, this episode is the perfect last episode, as it's a time skip to the future, and we can see what everyone is up to as they're all adults, or almost adults, ready to start their independent lives and leaving their childhoods behind. We sort of see what's going on between Ferb and Vanessa, we see the beginning of Candace's career, and Phineas and Isabella finally get together. We're left with their fond memories of fun summers while also having the hope for a bright future of new adventures. Why was this not the last episode? It makes no sense for Last Day of Summer to be the final episode, despite its title. You can't go to the future for the penultimate episode and then go back to them being kids in the last episode. That's such a weird choice. Anyway, those are my general thoughts on Phineas and Ferb's run. It's a very good show. I just wish it ended sooner and ended on very specific episodes. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Phineas and Ferb lasted too long, or do you think it has the perfect amount of episodes? What episode do you think should have been the last? Comment below and let's get this conversation started. And remember, I'm the artistic Aloubell, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe for more reviews, rants, and rewrites. But as for now, that's all there is. There isn't any more.